last night's screening?
It was a ball. It was great. It was great to have such an audience that was so into the subject matter. That they really got the jokes and they really got the fear and they really understood what we were trying to do. It was really fantastic.
It definitely felt that way. It felt like the South by Southwest audience really like vibed into what you guys made last night.
Very much so. It was very satisfying.
Yeah. I want to first talk about this. He's not here to join us to talk about the film. John Lithgow, fantastic in the film.
Always.
Right? Not a surprise.
Always.
How did John get involved?
We were trying to imagine what Judd was like, because Judd is a very interesting mix where he seems very menacing, but he seems really friendly and he seems really tortured, and there's a lot of qualities. And so when you look at that kind of actor, he's one of the names that immediately comes to mind.
Absolutely. No, I like always brings warmth, but then definitely like that untrustingness when he wants to turn it off.
Yes, exactly.
Which is what he does perfectly well with Judd. And speaking of another great actor, in the Jete.
How about that?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. What was it about her in the audition that you guys kept going back to her?
Well, it's the hardest thing picking a child actor, I think, because you really don't have a body of work to look at. You also, there's an unpredictability to how they feel that day.
Right.
And so we tortured ourselves over it. But the thing about Jete was she had such extremity in her audition.
Yeah.
She had really scary intensity and really sweet. And I think that was really why we picked her. She had the broadest range.
For sure. Like when she comes back and the girl that we met for the majority of the movie all of a sudden is something very different.
Yeah.
Now the directors, I'm curious about this. Was there anything the directors brought to the table that you liked but you kind of had to fight for to keep in the film?
I don't know that I had something to fight for, but I will say this. When we saw their movie, the combination of surreal, intense, scary, all were the right qualities for this film. And then I think the disintegration of the lead character in Starry Eyes, the devolution, is a perfect fit for Lewis. So we saw in their work that they really had the abilities to deal with our subject matter, and when we met them, they're giant, giant Stephen King fans. So it really was a natural fit.
Like they brought a lot of that to the
Very much so.
a lot of that, yeah.
Now, we had a lot of arguments because they wanted to be so literal about things sometimes, and we're like, nobody will understand that. There's a line in the movie, I defy anyone to tell me what it means, but they had about the heart of a man is stonier than the hard ground, and you're like, well, what does that mean? But they were like, we have to have it.
And I know we hear about Pet Sematary, but you also produce Transformers movies, and I love Bumblebee.
Thank you.
Anything you could hint about the future of that franchise?
Well, we're going to approach it in two ways. One is, let's call it the main franchise, and then now the Bumblebee side of things.
Right.
So there's a script being written in the main franchise right now, and we're meeting with writers right now about what we're going to do with Bumblebee.